Recently I was lucky enough to hit 5,000 subscribers, which I'm incredibly thankful for. This achievement would not have been possible without the amazing Terraria community we have here on YouTube. As a token of my gratitude towards that community, I'd like to bring attention to some channels which I believe are underrated and deserve way more views and subscribers than they currently have. So without further ado, let's get straight into the list. I first became aware of rasmodii shortly after my boss drops only playthrough, when they decided to take that challenge even further by not allowing items crafted from boss drops. The challenges have got even more difficult since then, including beating Calamity without movement, and more recently, Calamity with spiky balls only. In fact, they just released the penultimate episode of that playthrough, so now is the perfect time to catch up before the final one. The videos are very relaxing with just music and subtitles, so are perfect for late at night when you don't want someone screaming down your ear. Similarly to rasmodii, I started watching Cascade after finding a video of theirs doing the same challenge as me. This time it was the sentries only one, and if you've already watched my own video on that challenge, don't be turned away as Cascade's is very different. It was made before the 1.4.4 Labour of Love update, which came with some buffs and nerfs to sentries. On top of this, they also have two series for you yo-yo lovers out there, in both Vanilla and Calamity, and a playthrough of the insanely difficult Calamity Malice mode. The video's pacing give them a real nice energy throughout, with a mix of live and scripted commentary.
Also, until I have a weapon, I'm allowing myself to use my pickaxe to kill enemies, because technically, a pickaxe is a tool. I found some accessories underground, made gold armor, and found some wings and a balloon in the sky. Made some explosive bunnies, and I was ready for the Brain of Cthulhu.
Next up is Glasta, who is one of the few YouTubers who have attempted a skyblock with the Calamity mod. And I have to say, so far it's one of my favourite playthroughs on YouTube. Since Calamity hasn't updated to 1.4.4 yet, this is all done without Shimmer, which severely limits options and makes things much harder. Another standout series is their Calamity without Calamity playthrough, where they try to complete the mod using only vanilla items. Outside of this, there's plenty of no-hits showing just how skilled Glasta is at the game, and why they're worth subscribing to. Their videos feature only music with subtitles, and are slightly slower paced than the previous two on this list. PurpleMattik's Space and Skyrun has to be one of my favourite playthroughs ever done. In the series, he attempts to complete the Calamity mod using only items related to space and the sky. I don't just mean weapons either, this rule set extends to armour and accessories too. This makes for a very interesting series where he utilises weapon, armour and accessory combinations that would never normally be used in a playthrough. More recently, he has been doing a Calamity playthrough using a challenge wheel, which was actually the inspiration for my own Fargo Souls playthrough with randomised classes. PurpleMattik's roulette wheel is much more punishing than just determining your class though, with challenges such as no hit, odd mushroom and infernum mode, along with movement restrictions such as no jumping and no WASD. This makes for an incredibly unique playthrough, with each boss battle being a different challenge from the last. And let me tell you, after watching this man fight and die to Ravager almost 50 times during a jumpless no hit, you'd be just as hyped as he is when the boss finally goes down. The videos vary from fast-paced, high-energy boss fights to slower, more methodical preparation, with fun voiceover and music to match.
Oh, the head's dead. Okay, now it's just the same again, except I cannot mess up this time. For the love of God, don't you dare sit on my face. Please. Oh, that was so under MNL, but I do not care anymore. Oh my God, we did it.
Now before we get to the last on the list, I'd like to go over a few honourable mentions. Arms is a great YouTuber and an even greater guy. Unfortunately, he's a bit busy with other aspects of life at the moment and hasn't uploaded in a while, so it didn't feel right to put him on the list. If you haven't seen it already though, I'd recommend checking out his 100 Days as a Summoner in Master Mode video. It's a lot of fun. While not strictly a Terraria YouTuber, I had to include Atri here. Their video essay on how they felt playing Calamity for the first time is a beautiful exploration of the mod, and a perfect introduction to those who haven't played it before. If you like gaming video essays, then this channel is definitely one to keep an eye on. I've recently been on a bit of a Skyblock binge following how much fun I had with Shimmerblock, and two channels stick out to me for that niche. Kinkus has recently released a 100 Days in Skyblock video, which has thankfully been getting a lot of attention. Meanwhile, Crawdad and friends have been grinding away an incredibly minimal Skyblock, perhaps the most restrictive I've seen. The last honourable mention goes to Red Lunatic, who has certainly been living up to the title by attempting to beat Master Mode Calamity in Death Mode while in Hardcore. Yes, you heard me right, Hardcore. Getting back to the last spot on the list, we have Paesohh, whose videos are definitely unique compared to the rest of the list. Paesohh exists more on the comedic side of Terraria content, with ridiculously funny commentary over genuinely enjoyable and challenging playthroughs. Normally I wouldn't like this kind of video, but Paesohh manages to pull it off in a way that I haven't seen many do before, and I can definitely see the channel blowing up at some point. These videos are pretty fast paced, so if your attention span has been ruined by TikTok and YouTube shorts like mine, then you'll definitely find these videos incredibly engaging.
This playthrough felt like when you plant a tree in your backyard and then you have to wait for it to grow, but then right after you kill the aquatic scourge and the tree is still growing in your backyard, you craft the corroded Kosovo and then use it to fist hard mode, and the tree still hasn't finished growing because it actually has nothing to do with this video at all. But like, that's what it felt like, because at this point you're scaled up. Like, bows are beasts now. It feels like you're being rewarded for making it through the dog shit early game, and now you finally get to pick your nose and play with one hand.
Before the video ends, I once again want to say thank you to everyone that helped me get to 5k subscribers. It's been a wild journey. If you have any other YouTubers that you feel are underrated, then let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see what they have to offer, and who knows, someday I may make a follow-up to this video with even more channels you should be watching. If you're a Terraria YouTuber yourself, this is also an open invitation to advertise your channel in the comments section. Lastly, if you've ever felt like making your own videos but haven't started for whatever reason, then please take that leap. This has been one of the most rewarding projects I've ever worked on, and I've learned so much along the way. None of that would have been possible without the constant encouragement and engagement from you viewers though, so you can rest assured knowing you'll never be underrated by me.